All right, so welcome everyone. We're going to be discussing and teaching you today around how to really create a really awesome listing campaign inside Command. So today I'm going to walk you through the how-tos, and then of course I'm going to give you some tips on like the language, the marketing approach, and basically really being able to catch somebody's eye while you create a listing ad today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll dive in. All right, so up here, I'm going to come into the campaign section. By the way, does anybody have a listing here that I can use as the demonstration? Anybody here have a listing that we can use to demonstrate today? Go ahead, if you do, place that in the chat. Okay, and no worries if you don't. But what I will do is go in and pull just a random listing to use as our example today. So here I am inside campaigns. And by the way, I want to just show you down here that there are tips and training on how to create like the best listing ad and how to manage your posts, and also how to create a Facebook and Instagram ad down here. So for anything that you need, you have built-in training right here, which is pretty incredible. I'm going to go ahead and click on paid ads, and you'll also see more training down here on some more paid ads, which I love because it's going to show you an in-depth conversation with Tyler Shields to really get to hone in on, you know, what his approach is and how he closes leads. Thank you, Sherry, for offering your listing at 9218 Foxfire Lane in Highlands Ranch. I'll have to go, we're going to check that out together as we explore our listing ad together. And we'll continue. So I appreciate that. So as I come into campaigns, I'm going to head into Quick Start. As I click on Quick Start, it's going to provide me a new pop-up window that takes me out of campaigns itself. And it's going to give us this view. So at any time, feel free to unmute yourself, use a chat if you have any questions, because I want you to walk away super clear today. But first things first, as I come into campaigns, I'm also going to pull up my web address so that I use them simultaneously throughout this workshop today. And if you're following along, I love it. Use a listing of yours while you do follow along, but do know that this is being recorded so that when I am done, I'll be able to upload this and it will show and display on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and look up 9218 Foxfire Lane. There it is in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We're going to check out this listing together because the purpose of starting here is to be able to lead the Facebook leads to your listing. So as we approach this together, just so you know, I have a restriction on my account where a user can only be able to look at 2 properties, and then it will force register them. So it'll make them force register. But for right now, I'm going to log in just for the sake of time so I don't have to go and turn that off. So give me 1 second. All right. Computer is working slow here. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Let me grab my screen and refresh it. And welcome for those that came in. I love that you all are here. Please drop in the chat what market center you're from, just so I know. I would love to meet you one day if we haven't met so far, or if we haven't met yet. Okay, 1 second. All right. What's interesting is my website is not responding. Isn't that funny how that works out when we do live demos? So just give me a second and let me pivot. DTC, nice. We have a couple of DTC people here. I love that. I'm going to head back to campaigns and we're going to pivot. I'm going to show you where you can turn on and off your forced registration on your site. Hi, Sarah, welcome. I'm going to head to websites first. And for those of you who are just joining us, yes, we are going to be focusing on creating a listing ad. I'm actually starting us in the consumer area where we're going to be showing you your forced registration on your website first. I'm going to head into websites over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and select Edit Agent Website. And then from here, I'm going to close out this. I'm actually going to head to settings. And then down below, you'll see the forced registration. So as you can see, I have 10 properties on. I'm going to go ahead and click unrestricted for now because it's preventing me to log in. What if we don't have a website? Sherry says, everybody has a website, Sherry. So if you haven't explored that yet, your website lives inside Command, where at the last bottom part of this applet, it is called websites. So when you head into websites, you'll see, I'll give you this version first. You'll see this view. Okay, Sherry. And then the next way to find your website URL is headed to settings at the top. And right there, your website URL will then be displayed. Okay. And I do have a separate class on how to edit your website. So go check out the Colorado YouTube channel and check it out. I will drop that link at the end of the class. So I'm going to go ahead and try to look for that listing again. There it is. It's still not playing nice with me. Don't you love live demonstrations? It happens to me all the time. It's like the login is just being grayed out for some strange reason. Sherry, you're the one that gave me that listing, right? Yep. Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you head to your website and look up that address for me? That would be really helpful.
Yeah,
as I
put that address again. What is the address again? Put that in chat for me here.
I'm gonna put it in the chat again.
Oh, I got it. 9218.
Yep. It's really strange that this is grayed out. I'm not sure what's going on with my website, and I'm wondering if it's a bug right now. If you're getting the same thing.
I'll let you know in a second.
Cool. Awesome. I could also go and check somebody else's website. Have a website that I could think of. Let's see if I also get that same. Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to pull it up, Leslie.
You are. Can you drop that link in the chat? Thank you so much, Mark. So what we're doing, you guys, is first we're going to go find that listing on your website, because what we're going to use that website link for is to land the user or the Facebook lead to that page. Okay, so first we're going to grab that URL. And what I was trying to demonstrate earlier is searching that address. As you can see, I have my pop-up that's not playing nice with me right now. So imagine this pop-up being gone, but at the top of the screen, you'll see this really long URL. This URL is what we're going to be using inside our campaign so that when people click, they'll land right to the property that we are promoting. In this case, we're using someone's listing, 9218 Foxfire Lane in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Thanks, Mark. So it actually looks like this. Beautiful. So what I like to do is encourage you to keep this tab open as you are searching for that listing that you're going to be promoting, then head back into Command. Okay. So we're gonna head back into command, we're gonna head into campaigns, the left side of the screen. Then I'm gonna click paid ads. Next step, I'm gonna select quick start. All right, now we're gonna get back to the show. All right, so here we are in quick start. What I'd like to point out here on the left-hand side is you have your dashboard, your programs, your assets, and then support. Right now I'm on dashboard. Today in this example, I'm going to show you to use the listing program, which includes a Facebook lead form. Do you see that blue bubble that says that? Now, this is really imperative to use, especially if you want to capture leads. So listen carefully and follow along, but this is the absolute one that you should be using. Now, you will see next to it listing, multi-image carousel, and multi-listing, multi-image carousel. These two are also great if you have multiple listings for this one especially, or if you just have a listing that you want to show a few more photos of. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of what I think works best. Sometimes when we put all of the photos up on an ad, people will not click the ad itself to go see how the house looks on the inside. So part of my teaching today is really coming from like a strategic perspective so that we get more clicks and we get more leads. So when I click on this one, we're only going to be using one image. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. You ready? All right. I'm going to click on listing using one photo. And in this case scenario, I'm going to say, please, I'm going to click on this section where we're going to add that listing, all right? So here we are. I'm going to select filters and I'm going to use the exact address, 9218 Foxfire Lane. Highlands Ranch. $80129. Right, let's do this one more time. Oh, of course. So because I'm not able to pull this listing up, it's because this is not my listing. So first things first, make sure that is your listing that you're using. Otherwise, you won't be able to use it, okay? So what I'm going to do and demonstrate in this class today is really being able to use this as your filter. So you have a few filters here: street address, or contains, or equals with. And you can add another filter if you like to look for more. So those are your two options. Now I'm going to also just add MLS ID and see if it still allows me to pull it up. So Sherry, do you have that MLS ID on you? And if you do, drop it in the chat. I have to find it. Okay, no worries. I was gonna see if it's living in here too. There it is, 8920704. That also will help your search. I'm gonna watch the spinning wheel. Take some time to think about that. Now, I have solutions A through making up my own alphabet, okay? So I'm gonna walk you through just in case this does happen to you. If for any reason you are not able to pull up your listing, the back door to this is pulling up a non-listing program that will allow you to add your own listing by the photo. So what I'd like to do is, again, pivot, because that's what I know how to do, especially as a trainer. I'm going to say, please add your listing, and show you that when you do search for that listing, it will pull up, and then you'll be able to select it and it'll auto populate over to the right. So that's what we should expect, okay? Because I have all of these listings populating in front of me, I'm gonna just use one of them as the example. And we're gonna pivot to this example today. So I'm gonna select it. And over here on the right-hand side, you'll see that the photo of the home will show up, and it will even pull in some of the description, which I love. So it should be super easy and simple. Now, down below where it says media type, you can also say there, you can choose a theme. So this is brand new. This is a brand new section inside campaigns where you literally just select just listed. And over here on the right-hand side, it will populate a template that will overlay for you in your ad. How cool is that? Now, you have a just listed option or you have a just sold option, which is pretty awesome. And you have the option of not using this template as well. It just depends on what you like to do, right? Now, because I wanted to show you how to create a really strong, powerful listing campaign, I want to show you this section just because it's simple, easy, and very effective. You can place a URL here, which would be found on your website, just like I showed you. And then you can add your tags and your smart plans. But I'm going to head back to paid ad campaigns. And we're going to use that Firefox listing because I really want to show you what it would look like just in case your listing doesn't populate like it did for me today. Because I know this can occur. All right, so you're going to head to the programs and choose this non-listing. Now, don't worry, it's still going to be your listing, but this is also a hack. Okay. So when we head back to 9218 Firefox Lane, what I can do is grab this photo and we're going to upload this to our design inside command. So I'm going to head back. We're going to pull up our designs inside command. We're going to create our own design because if for any reason you're like, yeah, I like that, but I also want to be able to, provide my own touch to this design, then you're going to head to designs and command. You'll select create, and then you're going to select social. All right. It's just one of those days that a tech trainer goes through. But this is what happens when we do live demonstrations. Sometimes they go smoothly and sometimes they don't. And, that's sometimes how it can go for you too, right? So I'm going to head to the left-hand side of the screen and I'm going to click on just listed. The biggest thing that I want to point out to you today in today's training is that you're going to choose Social Square. The Social Square is going to provide the specific placement for Facebook and Instagram so that our Facebook and Instagram image both match. Therefore, it's not going to be stretched out and not pixelated. Makes sense? So always use Social Square. That's my best advice. I love this one just because it's simple. A lot of my background is marketing and social media and branding, and also Facebook optimization and how to create a really powerful ad. I used to work for Conversion Monster back in the day and create ad sets for agents across the nation. And so what you're hearing and seeing today is my best performing ad. So that's what you're getting today. So get excited. Left-hand side of the screen, you'll see KWLS. See where it says KWLS? I love this section because I can pull in that listing address by MLS number or listing address, which I love. So I'm going to go ahead and search by MLS number and pull up 9218 Foxfire Lane. There it is. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And it's going to display all the photos for me. You'll see this is a photo that is showing online. I'm going to show you how to replace this image on the right-hand side very easily by selecting it first. See that blue boundary around the image? Next, I'm gonna head over here and see those arrows that are going in opposite, kind of going like that. All I have to do is select that image and boom, there is our listing image. That looks pretty good, right? I mean, I will say that it's still high definition, which is really important. I'm gonna go ahead and push this over. Thanks, Sherry. Now check this out. You can do some layering. So I'm gonna just say send to top and send to bottom. So you see how those things kind of appear and disappear. I'm gonna come down and I'm not gonna advertise the address, okay? Now this is where trickery comes in to the consumer. Don't give them all the information in your ad, otherwise why would they click to see more? So what we're really trying to do is capture more leads and more clicks. So in this section below, I'm literally just pushing in the city. So the city's name. And I'm gonna say, what I'd like for you to do is also get rid of this DBA logo here, because your DBA logo is gonna automatically show up in this ad already, and I'll show you exactly where that comes up, okay? Each office independently owned and operated, that's gonna already be inside your DBA logo, which will be inside the campaign itself. So stay tuned. But that's it. That's our image. Very simple, very easy. The red will pop out. It'll capture somebody's eye. What I love about this image is that it's simple. Now, Facebook doesn't love when you have too much text overlay on your image. And if your image is not high def, it definitely will also not optimize it either. So what you want is high def image, a beautiful, quick overlay, very simple, and nothing else, okay? Now, over here, I'm gonna click on download, and I'm also gonna say PNG, and I'm gonna download it and save it to my computer, okay? Now, typically what will happen is when I head back to command, this image will already be there. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So coming back here, I'm gonna head back into our non-listing lead gen program using the Facebook lead form. And what I love about this is that we can promote it to 10 different areas. Now, think about it from the consumer's point of view and also your seller's point of view. Your seller is going to want to say, well, how did you market my listing? What areas were you targeting, right? So think about all the areas around your listing or the people that are moving in from Colorado to, to Colorado from somewhere else. So I know in Highlands Ranch, people will come from Parker. They'll also come from Colorado Springs. There are a lot of people that are moving up from Littleton, Colorado, and just upgrading to a nicer house. Not to say that Littleton doesn't have nicer homes, but Highlands Ranch also has a different type of community where they have recreation centers that are built into their HOA fees and things of that nature. Denver, so people who are trying to move out from the city into more of a suburban location. We think about the mountain towns too here in Colorado. I also think about people that are moving from Arizona. So there are a lot of people that are moving from Arizona to Colorado. And I'm gonna just stop there because a question in the chat is, how do you research where people are moving from? Great question. I'm gonna show you here in a second. So I'm gonna parking lot that. I'm also getting click happy, so 1 second. Down below here where it says media type, you'll select from media library. Now, because I created this image inside designs, it's automatically going to show up for me. So all I have to do is select it and then confirm and close it. So now my image will populate over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Same with my DBA logo. Like I mentioned before, if your DBA logo is going to be on that image, then you're going to have 2 DBA logos, which won't look so nice aesthetically. So as you can see over here, it's a beautiful image. It makes me stop my scroll. Now we're going to talk about ad copy. Okay. I promise I'm going to come back to you in the chat. And what was your first name? It says EM. I'm going to come back to you in the chat about where you could find and research that. Is it Eric, maybe? Or Emmanuel? Okay, great. Emmanuel, I'm going to show you and the audience where you can find how people move into Colorado. Check this out. So just because I have another tab open, let's see if it plays nice to me. You're going to head to the referral applet. So going to the referral applet is super key, and talk about adding more value to your listing presentation to that seller. You can tell that seller that you have a network, an internal network of data that will provide information to let you know where people are moving from. Now, disclaimer, this is all Keller Williams agents, but as you know, we have a ton of agents across the globe. So I'm going to say grow my network. And down below, you'll see a map that populates. Awesome. Now at the top where it says production, you can literally go to referral patterns. So these referral patterns are giving us some insight of how people are moving out and where they're going, and then where people are coming from. So as you can see, those arrows are pointing out, meaning that those people from Austin, Texas are going from different areas. So as you can see, the catch-all is Austin, Texas. Let's do Highlands Ranch, Colorado, shall we? There it is, Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Oh, so here are how people move out from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. But in this case scenario, we really want to be able to be the local expert in somebody else's eyes outside of the state. So all you'll have to do is change these buttons. So here we are seeing, here are the sent referrals out. Now we're going to select the receiving end, all the people that are coming into Highlands Ranch. Isn't that cool? I mean, what you could do, my mind just gets blown every time with command. I love command, but you can like take a screenshot of this, add it into your listing presentation, and show the sellers, this is where people are moving from, and that I have the right technology to help you capture those leads with targeting. Now, it all is loose end conversations, high level overview of what you can do. And so over here on the right hand side, you'll see all of the cities by percentage. Look at that. Tucson, Arizona, 25% received. That's huge. So I was right. I have taught this class before. So here we go. Right hand side of the screen, we're back into command. As you can see, you can add up to 10 locations. So this list could still continue. And you have the option of really being able to slide that radius of miles around where the pin is dropped inside Highlands Ranch, inside Parker, inside Colorado Springs. Got it? So those radiuses for each. Now, I'm going to go down here and show you that you could personalize your text and your ad messaging for this listing. What I typically do is a series of emojis and capital letters. Because I don't have that listing description pulled up right in front of me, I'm going to head to it right now. So we can still use some of this and incorporate a little bit more or take some out. So I'm going to say just listed in Highlands. Come on, computer, catch up. Ranch. And then below it, I'm going to add the description. Now you'll see that I only have 255 characters available, but don't worry. This is again, strategy and a way to get people to click. So as I come through this description, I know you cannot make this window bigger. Added functionality, hopefully later. Welcome to this beautiful 2-story home, ideally located in the heart of desirable Highlands Ranch. I'm going to show you that you can pull emojis in here. I could type in heart, and there is my heart that shows up. I'm going to take some of this out. so that we pull down those characters. So now we're at 235 out of 255. Perfect. Oh, I guess it erased some of it. Hold on. So part of this is just crafting and being real strategic on wording. Okay. So let's try that again. I'm gonna just rid of that. I'm gonna pull up my list of emojis because I work on a Mac. And for the sake of time, just make your life a little bit quicker here. I'm gonna pull up my heart emoji. We'll add that in. Okay, and then you have your emojis here. Do you see that? And as you can see on the right-hand side, it's displaying, which I love. Also, I'm gonna use the fire emoji just because the fire emoji will also make the ad copy stand out itself. So really, I know some of you are gonna be like, I don't like emojis, whatever. I promise you, it's gonna help you capture more leads because we are just like scrolling every single second of the day. There's 48 million people on Facebook every single day prior to the pandemic. So that number, I'm sure, has doubled. Whatever it takes to capture leads, right? Okay. Welcome to this beautiful story home offering 3 spacious bedrooms. I'm going to take some of this out just because I want to make it like short and sweet, even shorter and sweeter. So welcome to this beautiful 2-story home, ideally located in the heart of desirable Highlands Ranch. This community offers amazing amenities. Click here to learn more. In the headline, just listed in Highlands Ranch, you want to continue to, it's how the brain works. So you want to have the same thing over again. Otherwise, when you give them a different message at the bottom, it could confuse the consumer at a glimpse. This is first impressions in like under 10 seconds. Does that make sense? So really specific on being redundant and also adding emojis in. Okay, so check it out. Look how it's, so from the naked eye on the right-hand side, welcome to this beautiful 2-story home, ideally located in the heart of desirable Highlands Ranch community. This community offers amazing amenities. Click here to learn more. All right, now custom landing page URL. For some of you, you're wondering, custom landing page URL. All right, what does that mean? Well, what we're doing is after they click and auto-populate that Facebook form that will populate, it'll say first name, last name, phone number, email address. Sometimes it auto-populates information, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people enter wrong information. We're going to talk about that here soon. Whatever information is populated, hopefully it's good. Then this is what they'll see next. This beautiful landing page that's actually on your website. We're going to take this top URL and place it here. So I'm going to copy and paste it here. Now you'll see enter URL, landing page, or team app link. Use this one in this case scenario. You could absolutely create a listing landing page that's solely standing, that's it. Here's where I want to also add strategy in. If and when you do use this, then the user can't go anywhere else. What you want the user to do is to be able to explore your website, stay on your website a little bit longer to look at more homes, right? So that they feel at home. Otherwise, a single standing landing page itself really limits that person's time to search more homes. Therefore, they're going to have to go to different home search areas. Does that make sense? So we're really trying to keep it open for them to explore. That's why I say use your landing page on your website of your listing. So we, at the very beginning, went to your website, searched for that listing that you're about to promote. Then we went and created a design that we pulled in quite easily inside Command. Then we went back to your website and found that listing, that URL that we're using. Next, we're going to talk about lead settings. So here we are in customize how leads are managed and tagged. The biggest thing is there will be a list of tags that will automatically pull up in this section based on what you already have created in Command. However, you can also create a tag on the fly. So I'm going to say Highlands Ranch Facebook lead. And I'll say create as new tag. Of course, it's going to tell me I can't create it right now. You know, we're just going to find a tag and then pull it in. There it is. Okay. So pull in your tag over here where it says Smart Plans. Now, the really cool thing is you can add whatever kind of smart plan you like to this listing campaign. What I suggest is using a smart plan that is gonna be property specific. So when you have a listing, you can use a property specific smart plan. You can also create your own property specific smart plan. You can also look up the smart plan that I'm using that is called My Town Property Specific Facebook Follow-Up Plan. Now in that plan, I'm not going to show you today just based on time. You'll go through that plan, make sure it sounds like you, edit where you need to edit, and then you're going to add it here, okay? So you've already had done some work. So if you need to put it on pause when you're looking at this video, go ahead and do so. Now, where it says down below, compliance, DBA logo override, I have it set as default, or you can use a custom DBA logo. For this case scenario, my custom is my one that is being pulled from my marketing profile, which is going to be the same for you. Next is called proceed to last step. But I wanted to also shout out, there is a new update called Save as Draft. Yes, folks, for those of you who have been waiting for this button to appear, we have now just released that. If for any reason you get called during this time of creating your Facebook ad with me, just make sure you save as draft because you can go back and come back to it and pick up where you left off. All right, so now I'm going to say proceed to last step. And show you here that the duration and budget is where some people want to learn more. So in this section, I want to just train you that Facebook loves it when you spend more money per day. It's just how it is. Okay. So if you're putting in like $1 or $2 a day, your Facebook ad is not going to be optimized as much. Therefore, you're not going to be capturing as many leads. What I always suggest is anything above $5. Okay. $5 a day, even if it's 8, I highly suggest it. Even this in itself, I think this could be a bit longer. Let's see. If we start it today, it would start tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would run it for 7 days. And if you wanted to increase your budget to 8, then you would be looking at around a $70 ad set. To start off, I say $55 for a 7-day run. So as long as you're above $5, you're definitely going to get leads. The rest is history because that part is easy. You enter your card information, then you say you purchase now. And now you're just waiting for leads to populate. So the biggest thing for you is to ensure that you have your notifications turned on in your Command mobile app, because when you do start capturing leads, you will get a notification to your Command app. You'll get a notification inside Command. You'll also receive an email notification that you received a lead. And all of that information is going to be automatically populated inside Command, which is amazing. Your tag will be placed on automatically that you chose, as well as that smart plan that you also chose, so that you literally have speed to lead. Now, For some of you who are listening to this, I want to just get your mindset to where it needs just some education around Facebook leads. Facebook leads are long-term leads, okay? Meaning, typically we're not going to capture a buyer that's wanting to buy this house today. We might be capturing more buyers who are future buyers long-term. So this is a win-win. A win for you because you're going to be capturing long-term buyers, a win for your sellers because you're going to show them you captured them leads, and also you'll be able to follow up with those leads based on their behalf. Okay, now there have been scenarios where somebody is ready to buy this house and they want to go see it. Like the numbers are 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100. Okay, so focus on the 1, not the 99%. And I think that's where a lot of people will say, oh, Facebook ads are not where it's at. I want to promise you that Tyler Shields' recipe of the follow-up, it's 7 to 12 phone calls. 7 to 12 touches in order to get into communication. Some people will give up on the 3rd phone call. Oh, I feel like I'm bothering them. They're not picking up. Maybe it's the wrong information. Look, if they haven't picked up and you still haven't heard, it's probably because they think you're spam. So just keep calling, keep sending them text messages. Ensure that your smart plan encourages that. Now you can go look at Relevate's new lead follow-up through the smart plan library. Relevate's new lead follow-up, or just go look up Tyler Shields inside the smart plan for the author itself. And that will be part of just the game of following up on your Facebook leads. Okay. Now, some people will say, but I captured a lot of buyers leads, Leslie. I didn't get any seller leads. Did you ask them, in order to buy, do you have to sell? A lot of people don't ask that question. So you could actually find some seller leads out of this too. Cool. All right. Last little tidbit. The beautiful thing about this, folks, is that you can go back and edit your ad at any given time while it's running. And that is something that is really cool and that we haven't been able to do in a while. So with this new update, these new updates, you can edit your ad, you can edit your location, you can edit the wording. So say, for example, this is a coming soon, and you told your sellers, hey, I'm going to do a coming soon campaign for you in the first 7 days prior to it going active. You can put this in as a coming soon ad. Then as soon as it went active, you would just go in and change the image to just listed. Say you list on a Thursday, right? You could change your image, you could change the language, now just listed. So you can have a 2-week campaign, put $200 towards it for a coming soon piece and also the just listed piece. All right, I've been talking a lot. I know that I'm giving you a lot to think about. What kind of questions do you have for me? And I love that you all are still here. Do you have any best practices for vetting leads that come through your website? Colin? Email them, put them on a smart plan, see if any of that information like bounces back. Because if for any reason it does, and then you can be able to kind of, you know, filter them out, archive them. Yeah. But again, like, it's always focusing on the good, not the bad. And I think it's just a friendly reminder, because once you do start focusing on the good, they can actually turn into, you know, a real deal, right? So we think about the average commission here in Colorado is like around 10 to 12,000. So if you spend like $50 and you capture a lead, that's a great return on your investment. Yeah. Awesome. How do you get a copy of this recording? I am going to be uploading this recording to the Colorado Regional YouTube channel page. I'm going to send this to you right now because I know I promised you at the end that I would. Give me 1 second. Hopefully this has been helpful. How do you all feel about this class today? Was it helpful? Yeah, good, awesome. So I'm gonna pull the link in. And there's the link. So I will, as soon as this recording is converted, it sometimes takes a few hours to get it uploaded to Zoom. I'll go in and upload it to the YouTube channel. You'll find my YouTube channel on the KW Colorado page. I have a full playlist of all of our tech classes that I teach. You can also go and find me at my own channel, which is here at Leslie Jackson. I teach for Command Your Conversion a lot. I teach bi-weekly classes there, and I have like 100 to 200 people that register at a time. Feel free to jump on those too. Those are free. And then I also offer those recordings on my page as well. And sometimes they're different subjects, so you can look at both. All right, well, I hope that you all have fun capturing leads and you go wow your sellers with the referral map and tell them that you have inside information. So hopefully that will also help you stand out from that interview, and you're the first one in and the first one to get signed. So have a great day. Does anybody have any questions before we leave? Thank you. Thank you. Reach out to me if you ever need a one-on-one. It's Leslie Jackson at kw.com. And I would love to get connected with you. Talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.